Riddle me this. Which one of these things does not belong? I didn't believe it either when Volkswagen said, "Come to sunny Malibu and drive our Beetle convertible with a diesel engine." So let's prove it's real and drive it. Well, perhaps later. Instead, let's meet the crazy man to the Volkswagen bean counters who made this car a reality in the land of hope and change.
I grew up with VWs. I learned how to drive on a '85 Quantum wagon that my dad had. Over the years, I've owned, not leased through the company, I've owned about 30. My latest is a '92 2-liter 16 valve, but it's got a VR6 swap. Graduated high school, went to Michigan, finished Michigan with a degree in Spanish, and then started working for the Detroit Public Schools.
Wait, how does a Detroit school teacher with an admitted fetish in VWs talk the third largest car company in the world into bringing an oil-burning ragtop to the hybrid-loving U.S. market? To answer that question, now would be a good time to introduce you to his other brainchild. The Golf R. You may remember it from when we drove it last year. It's the 256 horsepower all-wheel drive, formerly Euro market-only Golf flagship. Oh, and did I forget to mention the part where Andres worked for 4 years in a VW repair shop on a salary of cold pizza and used VW parts, all the while autocrossing one of his 30 VWs? That was about the same period of time he badgered Volkswagen of America to hire him. But back to the Golf R. It's the exact kind of car for us car guys, but a car company at its core is a business. So how's the business of Herr Valbuena's brainchild working out in America?
And the Golf R, we're going to sell 4,000 this year out of the 5. So in 1 year, we sold 4. We were supposed to do 2,500 per year, so we're going to do all 5,000 over 2 years. The first year, we'll do 4.
But how did he sell Wolfsburg on the idea of bringing a manual-only car to the States in the first place?
So looking at the Golf R specifically, since it's a European product already, they always come to you and say, do you want the Golf R for the States? So you start to work on this type of business case, you present it to the executives, and at some point, there's this collective idea that because of the exchange rate, because of the low volume, because of whatever, it doesn't make it. And with this Golf R, with A6 specifically, that happened probably 5 or 6 times. And it got to the point where, I would bring it up again, something would change, the exchange rate would change. I would show how it's doing so well in another country. And I'd go back to management and I'd say, listen, let me bring it up again, let me try again. Or whenever I'd go to Germany, I'd always sit with the R guys and say, how can we do this? How can we make a different version or something to make the business case work?
Back to Der Käfer example. Not really the enthusiast car that the Golf R is. So how did he sell that idea?
And with the TDI convertible, it was that there's no other manufacturer doing it. When you present it that way, not business case-wise, not marketing-wise, not you need all this support. When you present it that no other manufacturer has 41 MPGs in a convertible, it's like you create this story.
Here's the thing. The Beetle has always struggled at, is it a chick car? And between you, me, and the lamppost, it really is. But this, only men are going to buy this car. Think about it. It's a diesel with a manual transmission with a folding top. It's totally impractical. Actually, it's not totally impractical there. We put all our camera gear in the back. But it's somewhat impractical. It only seats 4 people. It doesn't have a lot of storage. You have to shift your own gears. It makes funny noises. But the only practical thing is it gets 41 mpg on the highway. And that's with a car that has a folding top. That's the point. Come on. In a sea of Priuses and hybrids and just being practical with white cars, how many of your neighbors lease a white Honda Accord? Rest my case.
You're in the big management meetings and you're presenting the car again and they're like, the business case doesn't work or whatever, and it's like, okay, then you get the minutes or the protocol and it says, project canceled. But then you don't give up. You figure out which way or which path where it works.
As much as I love the concept of this car, there's one thing that really bothers the crap out of me, and that's the suspension. There are 2 suspensions. There's the base, and there's the one that goes into the turbo. That's the stiffer suspension. But if you elect to get the diesel, you can't get the sport suspension. Wait a minute. Why should I be complaining to you guys when I can talk to the guy that can do something about it? Hey, Andres, how about blessing the diesel with the sport suspension?
Hopefully soon. I'm working on that too. Just get that driving dynamics. I got it here, and we'll keep working at it. We got 7 years of life cycle probably, so yeah, we're going to be doing something every year with the cars.
Don't they get sick of you over there, badgering them about all these cars?
Oh yeah, many times. Many times I've gotten give it up, work on the next one, think about the next thing, focus on what you're doing. I would go and ask specifically, can I please work on our strategy or create an R strategy? It's like, well, if you have the time, figure it out. And this is, previous management. But you have to fight for that stuff because at the end of the day, this is what I want to be driving.
From the California Tourism Bureau, driving your convertible in the rain. It's a whole new California. Look, it's Nathan.
How you guys doing? Hi, MotoMan.
People, I don't think we're in Malibu anymore. Looks more like Sleepy Hollow.